Oh my gosh. I can't believe it just broke. Okay. To do like a, I cannot think. Oh my goodness. Mom brain. That's a big one. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today is such a cloudy, gloomy kind of day, and I really wanted like all the fall feels, you know, because Elijah went out and got me like the cutest little gift basket yesterday, and it had all these fall things in it. I'm sorry, I have to take a breath. I'm out of breath. I'll insert pictures right here, but yeah, so I was trying to make coffee because I just wanted a nice hot coffee to look out on this gloomy day, and I have a candle lit behind you guys. And I was just really trying to like feel all the vibes, but as you guys saw from the previous clip, it didn't go to plan. So we have the rest of this chai tea, which I mean, that's still fall, but there's like literally none left of this chai tea. So we're gonna make the best out of it. And we have water as a replacement as well, because, you know, I drink a lot of water these days. So in case you guys are new here, I am Leanna. Welcome to the channel. If you're into like just lifestyle, Christian content, then give me a like and a follow. And I'm so happy that you guys are here to join me. Today I am going to be talking about my second trimester. Now let me find all my notes. The first, second, and third trimester this time literally merged together. And I feel like it almost happened longer ago than my other children. I don't know why. I remember their stuff better than I remember this pregnancy. No girl. She's trying to touch a tripod. And it's so rainy out that she's soaking wet, and she keeps trying to come and cuddle next to my new blanket, and she smells like a foot. But anyway, I was trying to sit and remember like everything this morning and write stuff down, so I was a little better prepared than the last video, because the last video I didn't write anything down, and then I was like, I don't even know what happened. So I was trying to be a little better prepared. But what I can say is 10 out of 10, this has been, it's been the hardest pregnancy physically, easiest pregnancy mentally and emotionally, if that makes sense. That's what I would say. So, which don't get me wrong, I have still had my ups and downs, but I feel like for me personally, it would last a lot longer. Like the downs were like really low with the other pregnancies. So this one hasn't been that bad. Let's just get straight into all of it. So second trimester. Not only symptoms am I gonna talk about, I'm also gonna talk about like the journey a little bit. In the second trimester, we actually decided to do a home birth. Elijah and I talked about it a lot, and I'm just convicted by like modern medicine and whatnot. I have Jesus, and I trust Jesus a whole lot more than I trust any doctor on this planet. No offense, but that's just me. So I was like, man, I would really like to just have like it the way that he wants it to be. And this really came from him harping 1 Timothy 2:15 to me. I'll read it now, 1 second. It is, "Yet she will be saved through childbearing if they continue in faith, love, and holiness with self-control." And so one of the biggest things I had to give up was my fear of birth, because I've had not bad experiences with labor, but my labors have just come really fast, so they're extremely intense, extremely painful. But he said there that he's going to save us in childbearing if we just have faith. So I had to step out and give up my fear of that, and give up the idea of having, because I've had an epidural every time, and I think I've gotten an epidural at like 6 or 7 centimeters every single time. But after Micah, I got the epidural, and then immediately when the epidural was finished, I was 10 centimeters, so we started pushing right away. So then I couldn't, because they gave me such a high dosage so quickly, and I dilated so quickly, I literally couldn't walk for hours after. So I couldn't use the bathroom or anything for hours after. I think it was like maybe 4 hours. And then with Gabriel, I'm trying to remember. I had to have medication before he was born. So they had to stop my contractions. So they gave me something to stop my contractions. Also, he wasn't breathing, like they couldn't get a read on him, and they thought that he wasn't breathing and whatnot. So they stopped my contractions for that reason as well. So that labor in total was actually 9 hours, but I went from maybe 0 to like 5, and I want to say like 2 hours. So I've had both of my epidurals around 5 to 6 centimeters, 5, 6, 7 in there. It was varied, you know. So I labored very quickly. So I heard when you labor really quickly, your contractions are more intense because they're working, you know, like it's not like the gradual progression, you know, that some people get. It was like a bam, everything is on. So that was hard. So because of that, I was very afraid. So I have to put myself in a situation where I can't have that. But home birth was not an option for us because we are military, and I didn't want to pay $6 grand to have a home birth. And so we found a midwife out here who is absolutely wonderful. She's amazing. She like really aligns with like our values and how we believe and everything. And so we're actually going to do it at a birthing center. She's going to be completely hands off. So she's like, I'll come in and check on you every once in a while, you know, but she's like, I'm not going to bother you. It'll be you and your husband doing your thing. And so that is what we plan for the birth this time. And it is a little nerve-wracking because, I don't know, like not nerve-wracking because I know the Lord's gonna have me, but you know that the enemy tries to come in with all the lies. So every time that he tries to come in with the lies, I try to replace them with truth. So did Jesus not die for me? Did Jesus not do what he said he's gonna do? Then he's gonna do what he said he's gonna do. That's the way I'm looking at it, and I'm really excited. I want to film the birth and everything. I don't know if I'll put it out there, but I really want to see it because we've filmed all of the births. So I think it would be absolutely amazing to have that, to be able to see that after. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. But maybe you guys will be able to see it too. I don't know. Don't count on it, but maybe. Now into the symptoms of this pregnancy. I would say the number one thing that I have experienced this pregnancy is this burning extreme hunger. Like when I say I was literally sobbing, also emotional, but that's been more the third trimester, so I'll talk about that later. But I have literally been, I was sobbing the other day, and I was like, Elijah, I just want to watch the Food Channel while I sit on the couch and eat unhealthy stuff. It's literally it. That's all I want to do this pregnancy. And so it's been really hard to fight that, and I kind of haven't. So I've given in a lot more than I wish that I did, and I have not prioritized my health. I have not prioritized eating well and exercising and moving my body. So a lot of these symptoms kind of align with that. Because the other pregnancies, I would walk every single day. I was always on my ball, you know, like I have it right behind you guys, but the big exercise balls, I would bounce on that all the time. Like every single time I was sitting, I was bouncing. And I hydrated. This pregnancy, you probably wouldn't. Actually, the third trimester, I've been a lot better. But before that, you wouldn't have caught me with water. Like, you would not have caught me dead drinking any water. It tasted disgusting. It sounded disgusting. So, I feel like the hardest part of the second trimester was, like, getting over that hunger and just, yeah, kind of like it's definitely the enemy, like, attacking my well-being because that makes it harder to do stuff. So, there was that. Along with all of that, I have gotten varicose veins and spider veins this pregnancy. Now, I am extremely blessed because Stretch marks run really heavy in my family. So my mom had stretch marks, my grandmother had stretch marks. Like, it's just, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. They both had 5 kids, but I'm on my 3rd and I have not had any stretch marks yet. But varicose veins and spider veins also run really strong in my family, and because I was so because I sat so much and I didn't move as much as I should have, the swelling really happened in my legs this time. So I got varicose veins and I got a lot of spider veins, and they're not comfy. They don't feel like, I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, you don't even notice them. I notice them, and they're really gross to look at because I can't really show you guys right now, but they're like right behind my knee. So maybe I'll insert a picture, but they're right behind my knee. I have one on either side. So I have on my right side, I have the spider veins. On the left side, I have the varicose veins, and they're just yucky. So do not recommend. But another thing is swelling everywhere this pregnancy. My feet are swollen, my hands are swollen. My hands are so swollen that I can no longer wear my wedding ring. So I walk around without it, but luckily it's starting to fade, but I have a little bit of a tan line, so you can see that I'm married still. But yes, so my legs, my hands, my feet, my arms, my face, like my face and my nose and everything is so swollen. Normally I get swollen in the last like 3 weeks of pregnancy. Not this time, not this time. Girlfriend got swollen at 20 weeks. So 20 weeks before I gave birth. So it's been rough. So I would suggest moving. Also, I got an umbilical hernia this time. So my belly button protrudes so much, like so much, and there's fluid in it and it kind of hurts. It's like kind of sore in that area. So I have to be careful. Make sure I put pressure on it if I'm picking up the kids. Don't pick up anything too heavy because say the baby moves, shifts, intestine pops out. That's no fun. But I've been praying over that every day because ain't nobody got time for surgery, you know, after the baby's born. I think that's like a 6-week recovery time, and I don't got time for that. So we're just gonna pray over it and keep hitting it, and I'm gonna be healed. So that's what I'm believing. So thank you, Jesus. Oh, along with the being unhealthy and the extreme hunger, all I wanted was sweets, especially ice cream. So I literally would eat a Ben & Jerry's ice cream a day, maybe more. So yeah, more weight gain than normal pregnancies. I feel like everything that I'm saying literally goes along with me just not taking care of myself, which I'm kind of kicking myself for now because I feel like this would have been a really easy pregnancy if I took care of myself. But you know, you live and you learn. And so next baby, I promise I'll be on my game. But yeah, I've gained a lot of weight. So it's humbling. I think I weigh almost as much as Elijah, if not more. And he's about 4 or 5 inches taller than me. So, you know, granted, I do have a baby in me and everything, but I normally gain 25 to 30 pounds. And I think I've already gained that. And I still have 8 weeks left or 10 weeks left. So it could go really bad if I get on track now. I could stay around that same. So we'll see what happens. But on, like, for my track record, I've gained a lot of weight. I got my energy back, so I feel really good. Well, now I'm in the 3rd trimester. Like I said, I think I already said it. I'm 30 weeks now, so I'm starting to crash again. So I'm starting to get very tired again. But the 2nd trimester was amazing. I had a ton of energy. I felt good. So that was a plus. Because with 2 toddlers, it's not fun when you're tired all the time because they don't want you to sleep. I feel like this pregnancy, I've had a pretty even temperament. I think I said that, like, mentally and emotionally, this pregnancy has been the easiest for me. I believe that. Elijah, on the other hand, I guess he would have to talk to you. He might disagree. I cry a lot, but, like, it could be happy tears, you know? It's not always mad tears. It's not always frustrated tears. But there are days when that happens, and you know, that's just the days that I'm not submitting and the days that I'm being selfish. So as long as I'm not being selfish, I feel like I have a really good temperament. But the selfishness likes to sneak in there because it's like, oh, you know, I'm carrying this baby, I'm doing all this work, and nobody else helps and all that. And it's like, is that, first of all, is that true? Probably not. No, I get a ton of help. Second of all, does that matter? No, because I'm supposed to be doing everything under the Lord. So why am I complaining? And I don't have a third, so yeah. That's just what it is. And then the last one, I would say, is pregnancy brain. I cannot even have a conversation sometimes. This story is just funny, so I'm gonna share it. I was at a college group, like a young adult college group type of thing, because I am on my third kid, but I am college age, so it's weird. But anyways, I was sitting there and he was asking me, we were at my church, and he was asking me if I went to that church, and he said our church's name. And I literally sat there and like jaw on the floor, and I was like, what? Like I couldn't even comprehend what he was asking me. I didn't know what he was talking about, and I just could not process. I couldn't process what he was saying. And I feel like that happens all the time. Like poor Elijah, I'm probably looking at him like, huh, 24/7. Like, what'd you just say? Because I feel like everything just goes over my head. I can't speak, like I can't come up with clear sentences. Like half the time I'm like, what's that word, or what was I thinking? So that has stunk. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that just means I probably have to sleep more, right? I'm kidding. But yeah, so I think that's everything for the second trimester. Second trimester I feel like isn't as intense as first trimester or third trimester. For me personally, I think that the third trimester is always the hardest. Granted, morning sickness does stink, but I didn't really get morning sickness this time. But once you get to the point where it's like everything is so heavy and you have to like roll and pee all the time, that's when it starts getting rough. So stay tuned, because in a few weeks a third trimester update will be coming. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that before the baby's born or after. It makes more sense to do it after, but granted, if I do it like a day before the baby's born, nothing's really going to change. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but I think that's it. It's a rainy day out, but there's hummingbirds, and it's so pretty. My favorite thing is to look out the window. I love it so much on rainy days. But okay, well, thank you guys so much for being here and for tuning in and staying this whole time. If you are pregnant, which I feel like if you watch this whole thing, you might be maybe thinking about it. But if you are, leave a comment, because I love to pray for you and for your baby. And I just pray that everybody has a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I love you, and Jesus loves you more. Bye.